Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's get straight into today's story. Today's headline should worry everyone who cares about national security. The Home Office has admitted there are roughly 170 foreign nationals in the UK linked to terrorism or extremist activity who cannot be deported. This is thanks to human rights laws that block their removal. More than half of those 170 are said to have been involved in terrorist or extremist offences. That means dangerous people remain in this country despite being judged a high risk. Instead of deportation, some are on restricted leave, tagged, curfewed, monitored, but still remain on our soil because courts and human rights rules tied the government's hands. Now, I don't need to tell you that's outrageous. When the state can't get rid of proven extremists, then something is deeply broken. The very laws meant to protect freedom and civility are being weaponised to protect people who want to do harm. It's not about human rights anymore. It's about foreign rights over British safety. And make no mistake, this isn't some tiny glitch or odd anomaly. 170 terrorists is a massive problem. Easily more than enough to lead to a tragedy if just one slips through or radicalises again without effective monitoring. Some in government have called this situation disgraceful and admitted it would be far better if judges prioritised public safety over abstract notions of family life rights under human rights law. That's why new legislation, part of the government's broader border and security reform, aims to tighten these rules to make sure national security threats can be deported, even if they claim a right to stay under human rights conventions. But let's be real, even talk of reform comes late. For years, these terrorists have been living here under surveillance, sometimes restricted, but still breathing British air, using British hospitals, sometimes walking free in British communities, all because laws and lawyers and courts made it too difficult to send them home. That's not security, that is literally a ticking time bomb. What's even more galling in this ordinary taxpayers, law-abiding families, pensioners, working folks carry the cost. We pay for the policing, the monitoring, the tagging, the restrictions, legal appeals, detention, conditions, court time, and so on. And yet, after all that, we still don't get rid of the threat. We get bureaucracy, delays and risk. For hard-pressed Brits who sacrifice and work for the country, this feels like betrayal. If you believe in true national sovereignty, real border security, and the idea the UK should protect its citizens first, this issue should be a red flag. Because what we're seeing isn't just a system failing to deport terrorists, it's a system actively protecting them with the law on their side. At this point, we have to ask ourselves, how many of the 170 are there? How many more dangerous individuals are lurking in the shadows, unable to be deported because of legal technicalities and human rights loopholes? Every day this stands unresolved and another British citizens remain at risk. If our government is serious about protecting its people, then it must go further. Remove these legal loopholes, prioritise public safety over foreign-born rights in such cases, and make sure terrorists and extremists are given no safe haven on British soil. Enough half measures, enough delays, enough risk. It needs to be sorted now. Because freedom, real freedom, means protection, and a country that can't protect its people isn't free, no matter what the courts or treaties say. Well, thanks for watching. If you appreciate honest takes on national security and border issues, hit subscribe and hang around for more.